Episode 7 started to build up a lot of momentum with key storylines, and episode 8's teaser has given us a lot to think about, and one in particular, Cane and Tariq. Who does Cane shoot in episode 8's teaser, and will we see Cane versus Tariq, which seems to be building up steam in the second half of the season? So welcome back to MovieBot. Let's talk about Power Book 2 Ghost, Cane versus Tariq. So hope you're having a great morning and welcome to another storyline breakdown video, this time talking all things Cane and Tariq, and well, a little about the mid-season trailer for episode 8 as well, because I thought it would be good to talk about what we saw here with Cane in episode 7 and what we could expect from him in episode 8 based on the trailer. So I'm going to be going through quite a bit, but if you're new to the channel and you want to see everything from review and recaps to storyline breakdowns or just general Power Universe news, then remember to smash the subscribe button. But just a quick one, because I did have quite a few questions saying who was Jabari watching and why was Jabari mentioning a drug dealer family, so I thought I'd just clear this up from the episode 8 teaser, and it all ties in with Jabari and Tariq. What Jabari asked Tariq to write an essay on the nature of power and relationships between him and a love interest, and Tariq has probably written this essay and given it back to Jabari, but what Tariq has written about this essay on is probably his account on his life experience, what he experienced with Ghost, or him recounting Ghost's life in this essay. Now you could put a different spin on it and say that he was writing about the Tejadas because Jabari's agent mentioned that he needs to know how it ends, which is why we see Jabari following Tariq, taking notes and being a creep basically. But anyway, that's that question answered and hopefully it clears that up. And let's talk about Cane Tejada now, because in the last episode we saw him hitting a lick at the very beginning with the GTG crew, and was it a good idea to team up with the GTG crew? Of course it wasn't, and I'm going to be coming to how and why I think it could link into the episode 8 trailer in just a moment, with Lil Guap and the shot that we saw Cane taking. But Cane got picked up by this officer and I thought it was just so random, Cane being picked up, and what I think may have happened is this dude actually had a glance at the GTG crew's tattoo as they were taking the money and hitting this lick. So obviously he's told the cops that one of them had a GTG tattoo on his hand and one of them, maybe Lil Guap, snitched on Cane, and that's why he got picked up. So who Cane is threatening and even shooting I think is Lil Guap. But there's another interesting theory that was put in the comment section which I could see why it makes sense, and it was Cane shooting Zeke, which is why he could have been shut out by Diana in the episode 8 trailer. Now Zeke's happiness is too good to be true. He seems way too happy right now, and I feel his world is going to come crashing down real soon, because when do we ever see a happy ending in Power? It doesn't happen. He seems like he's fallen for Carrie after he said he wanted to introduce her to Monet, but this is just sex for Carrie, and she did say if any of this got out it would be explosive. So could Cane actually hit Zeke by mistake while he's aiming for Tariq? But I actually think he's being shut up by Diana because he's done something to Tariq and most likely ordered the hit on Tariq by sending Lil Guap or one of the GTG crew members, because we saw Tariq on the phone telling Tasha that someone just tried to kill him, and this is how it could all tie in and link in with Drew in the next episode, because we also see Drew beating Lil Guap in episode 8's teaser, and I'm actually going to make a separate video talking all about this in detail and Drew's character, how he could turn real dark on Thursday. But why could Drew be beating Lil Guap? Could he be helping Tariq, or could it be Lil Guap who have caught Drew and Ev at Stansfield when they go to Zeke's basketball match? Because no doubt when Drew goes up to Stansfield, there's no way he's leaving without seeing Ev. So I definitely think Drew's character is going to be one of the main focus points in episode 8, but I'll be talking about Drew versus Lil Guap and what could happen with Drew in a separate video on Thursday. But back to Cane, because we had Cane telling Ramirez that Monet doesn't need him anymore and she's changing her entire business by moving it over to Stansfield with Tariq, which was news to Ramirez. Cane tells him and plants the seed in his mind that it's either him or us. And Cane is doing some real damage to the Tejadas and their family business, all over a little bit of jealousy of Tariq. I feel Cane actually just wants to be treated the way Tariq does by Monet. Monet gives Tariq trust, respect, a real position to play in her business, not just the role of a hitter like Cane. So there is some real jealousy there from Cane, and I mentioned we're just about to see the start of his rebellion and it's not over just yet. His actions could be what push him further away from the Tejadas, and there's a bloody shirt that Tariq didn't take off when he went back to Stansfield, and whether he got rid of the shirt off screen, we don't know, but he could still well have that bloody shirt, and that puts him at the scene, and Cane knows this. He knows he was helping Drew deal with the body, so could Cane give the tip off to Ramirez or the cops about Tariq's involvement, because I feel Cane is definitely out for Tariq. And there was a couple of good comments that I'm just going to put up, and one of them was from Dre True's statement on the bloody shirt, because he said you got to remember that when Ghost killed Miguel, he had blood on his tank top from punching him. Ghost continued to wear that shirt and didn't burn it straight away. He even put it in a safe and Tasha burned it later. You never leave evidence or get rid of evidence around people you don't fully trust. You get rid of it in your own way from all eyes. Plus, another commenter stated that he probably wanted Drew to believe he had never done this before, and that comment was actually from Aniko Moonshine, who said, for some reason I feel Tariq didn't discard the shirt to make Drew really believe that he's never killed anyone. So could we actually see someone like Diana or Effie deal with the shirt for Tariq just like Tasha did for Ghost? But anyway, back to Cane, because Cane doesn't like the way Monet's been treating him, and he definitely doesn't like the way Lorenzo's handled him. And now it just seems like he's unleashing his anger on the one person who he blames for all of this, and that's Tariq St. Patrick. Since Tariq came into the Tejadas' lives, and since he was introduced to Monet, and since he started working with Monet, it's just pushed Cane further and further away. And there is another issue that Cane has with Tariq, and that's his relationship with Diana. In episode 6, Monet said to Diana and Drew that Zeke isn't sleeping in nobody's bed, implying that Drew and Diana have been sleeping around at Stansfield, and Drew let Diana take the heat and let Cane think that Diana was sleeping with Tariq, and now Cane thinks that Tariq is smashing his little sister, and Cane shit ain't happy about this. Cane hasn't liked Tariq since he came into the Tejada family. He's smarter than him, Monet treats him with more respect, gives him a better position to play, and on top of all this, Cane thinks that he's smashing Diana, his little sister, and this is why Cane is out for Tariq. Now Cane isn't the brightest because it was pretty damn obvious that it was Drew who was the one who was sleeping with someone up at Stansfield, not Diana. But Cane got the wrong end of the stick, and now he's going to do something that he later regret, because he's going to be pushed away further from the Tejada family. And with Tariq, he's not going to stop working for Monet just because Cane's against it. In fact, he's going to be doing the total opposite, because he actually needs more work. He needs more product to sell because his course correct app is going crazy. He can't fulfill his orders, and he knows as a business, if he can't fulfill his orders, then someone else will. So he needs to step up, and he needs to now sleep with one eye open with Cane on his back, and not everything is going to go Tariq's way in this last half of the season. He has Sax and Davis McLean plotting to put him behind bars. He has a lot of college work piling up. He has orders that he can't fulfill. On top of all of this, he's got Cane breathing down his neck. And could we see a Cane versus Tariq showdown sometime soon? So let me know what you think down in the comment section. Could we see Cane versus Tariq soon? And are they building up for this in these last 2 episodes that we saw? Because Cane and Tariq, they definitely don't see eye to eye at this moment in time. And well, if Monet had to choose either one, who would she choose at this moment in time? Cane may be her son, but business is business. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, remember to smash the subscribe button. And I'm going to be back tomorrow breaking down the storyline between Tariq and Brayden, because Tariq threw a few white lies towards his best mate. So I'm talking all things Brayden and Tariq tomorrow. So if you have any comments on their situation, then drop them down below. But anyway guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.